Welcome to part one of That's My Final Answer with Peter Coyle of the Lotus Eaters. It's brought to you by Make a Difference with Records. We're a second-hand record store based in Godalming, Surrey, supporting the mental health charity Catalyst. We're doing it in conjunction with the Creative Well, who are a professional organisation supporting the mental health and well-being of those in the music industry.
Hi everybody, I'm Anthony from Make a Difference with Records, and I'm here with Nadine Page from the Creative Well. We're lucky enough today to be joined by Peter Coyle.
Lovely to see you.
Of course, very famous for his time with the Lotus Eaters, but also a 40-year career, not just with the Lotus Eaters, but a lot of really successful solo stuff, which we'll be touching on as we get into the conversation. Peter, thank you for joining us. And I know you've had a horrible journey to get here, so thank you very much.
It's an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Peter, so we're sitting here 24 hours before you have a new album coming out, Phasing, and we've had a bit of a sneak peek into what it might be like, because you've had a couple of singles out with where you've been working with Martin Ware, of course, of Human League and Heaven 17
bless him.
fame. On that specific one, the two singles that came out, which I think, to be honest, I love, particularly Phasing as a favourite of mine.
Thank you. Thank you.
How did that collaboration come about? I mean, what prompted it?
Well, we have worked together before, and we as soon, I forget where we met, but as soon as we met, we just hit it off. It was just natural. We see things in the same way, and it's just easy, and we get each other, and so it was just I just sort of ran it by him, and he just loved it. He was happy to. It's exciting.
So the two tracks that you've done together, how did you go about creating them? Was it something you'd written that you got his input in from a production point of view, or did you co-write it? What happened?
So I wrote it, and then I sent it to him, and he did his magic. He worked it, and it was because and it is special what he's done.
I mean, Phasing in particular. I mean, I was listening to it. It's got this kind of driving beat that goes through it, but the vocals are so kind of plaintive. I mean, almost to me sounded. It's going to sound perhaps a bit odd to you, but it almost sounded a bit almost Talking Headsy in terms of some of the vocals. I don't know what you were trying to do with that offset between the two.
Well, because he's got a summery sort of Ibiza vibe going, and I'm kind of like deep in the kind of, it's almost bluesy actually. It's a very gritty song. It's it's about the beauty, but it's all it's highly erotic. It's highly erotic, and that's what I love, the contrast between that sort of summer kind of Ibiza, relaxed and chilled, contrasted with the kind of tense.
As you can tell, I'm very familiar with the Ibiza club scene.
Yeah, cool. Well, so am I. I love it. I love it.
So are you going to do some more stuff together, do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's difficult because he's so busy. But yeah, we've already said we want to.
Excellent. Excellent.
I absolutely love the new single. I'm a big fan of yours, big fan of Martin's.
Oh,
so
bless you.
it's
Thank you.
a big hit, and I can't wait really to hear the rest of the album. So what can we expect from the rest of the album? Is there some Lotus Eaters in there, or are you experimenting with new styles?
Well, I mean, the stuff with Martin's, that me trying to sort of be more modern. And the other stuff on the album is quite sort of it's almost reverted back to the Lotus Eaters days. And not meant to. It just has happened because the very vocal and very sort of lots. Like one's called Joy Division Girl, and one's called Turning Water into Wine. Highly romanticized, stylized, lots of harmonies, melodies, and just like from another world, really. So it's just it wasn't meant. I didn't mean to do that. It just was where I was at. You know, I never really ever know what I'm doing. I just go with the flow. It writes itself. I try to stay out the way.
Yeah. That's amazing. It's exciting for people of my generation, because obviously it's 40 years ago since we first found the Lotus Eaters. And talking about the Lotus Eaters, you know, the first picture of you, what an amazing summer song that is. And I think everybody like looks to that song in the summer. Is it something you still like performing? Is it something that you feel like you have to perform because everybody wants it?
Oh no! It's lovely because it's a genuine connection with people. I mean, this was the love of my life's song type of thing, you know, and this was at our wedding. This was no. It's a privilege because I love it because it's a genuine connection. It means it's nothing to do with me now. But it means something immensely to other people, and I'm just so lucky to be a part of that. So lucky.
Yeah, I was in a new wave group the other day on Facebook, and one of the questions was, what's your summer song? What's the song that makes you first think of summer? And it was like the Lotus Eaters, the Lotus Eaters, the Lotus. Everybody, loves that song. Yeah, no,
it's so funny because I actually didn't even think of it as a summer song in my head. It's so strange. Yeah. But it just shows you, because when I'm writing it, I'm writing a love song. Yeah. And then summer's the context, but it's strange. It's lovely that it's worked out that way.
I think you and I had that conversation before, didn't we? Where you said it's actually the lyrics. If you listen to the lyrics, are actually quite sad, but it's such a happy song in my head. It brings me back to a really happy time in my life. Yeah.
It's because the melody's so up. The melody. It starts off melancholy, so you think, oh, it's gonna, but then it goes. Then it just goes up, and that hope, that kind of.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, bless you, thank you.
So in your social media bio, you say that you work on feeling and that life is music. Can you tell us a little bit what you mean by that, please?
Well, it's about connections. So the feeling, the way things connect creates a feeling. And that's the way, some people, I work, that's how I function. And the connections are absolutely fundamental to everything, and the feel and the vibe. So that's why, if it feels right, it's okay. You know, if the feels in the, because a lot of people are far more intellectual than me. I can now and again read a book, but I work on colours and feelings and vibes. It's just I can't. It's just the way I am.
So your songwriting process, you literally just go into a room with either a guitar or a synth or something and start just playing around and seeing what comes to you, or is it? Do you kind of have an idea of a theme? How does it work?
No, very rarely. I never know what I'm doing. Like, so, for example, I'd love to write in this room. This is a beautiful room. And the feeling, you know, and the vibe of this is, you know, it'd be lovely to see. Because the way I see it is, as long as I'm not in a way, hopefully some beautiful process will start. All I am is a kind of a channel. It sounds weird to say that, but it's the truth. In terms of genuine creativity, it's obviously you can have starting points and you want to then guide it.
Yes.
But you do your utmost to stay out the way.
So music or lyrics first?
Both.
Both. Works both ways.
Yeah. Yeah. Just.
Interesting, Peter and I doing a little experiment. He's asked me to give him some words, and I'm going to give him some words, just random words that come to me, and he's going to create a song with my words. Yeah.
Actually, on that note, the random words, I was, in doing some research in advance of today, I stumbled across an interview you'd done a few months ago, and you were talking about how you'd managed to badger John Peel to get on the Peel sessions. And apparently you used to send him postcards with random words like sand on, depending what you were doing or where you were.
Yeah.
But it clearly worked.
Well, yeah, because he got bless him, because he got the fact that you know, I mean, it was so bleak, it was so you know, random is the right way, because it was just a young person interacting with the environment, and he loved our Peel session. He loved it, you know. So it was a lesson for giving us that. It was the first time I'd ever been in a studio, and wow, made a veil.
Yeah,
Lovely,
yeah.
lovely.
I'm always in awe of your energy and your capacity to create different modes of art. And, you know, the music aside, I love your art as well.
Bless you.
And, you know, this year's been quite busy for you. And you've just, this last month, opened up an art exhibition in Italy at Galleria Victoria. Is that right? Yeah?
Galleria Vittoria, in Rome.
Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
I just thought it was wonderful, really, really wonderful. And it's like, you know, it's got, you know, links to Fellini and all that deep culture and beauty from Italy. And so, you know, for me, it was just a dream come true. So it's a very small gallery, but it's bang in the centre of Rome. And you know, and I sung 6 songs there, and the gallery are just so loving, really, because they just got it from minute one. They got the pictures, and that was lovely, you know. And you know, and really, for me, it's an absolute pleasure. It's just a joy to be, because there's something about colours that I just love them. I just love.
Yeah.
It sounds silly it's such a simple thing to love, but it's like notes. Colours are like notes, and you know, I never feel jaded around colours or notes. It just makes me want to live.
Yeah, no, I was so happy for you, because I know that I've been badgering you for ages to show. Can we buy? And, you know, Peter's work is lovely. I mean, I love colour as well, and it's almost like colour talks to me as well. So it you know, really resonates. But I was so happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm going to pass over to you, actually.
So I'm conscious of time because
Yeah.
of you not having just got a flight, you've also got a train to catch. So we're just going to wrap up with final question.
Cool.
You're going to be doing some touring later. I gather you've got a gig in Manila in November, the New Wave Invasion. What about plans to do some gigs closer to home?
Yeah, I've got some. I don't know. I've got some gigs in November. 3 gigs in Birmingham, Manchester, and London.
Okay.
And that's supporting who's that? The lad from Gary Newman.
Okay.
So that'll be because that's me first. I've not gigged in, you know, I've not gigged for a while, so I'm just starting those gigs to just get warmed up, to sort of get the feel, because it's really interesting. You know that thing about being jaded and being, you know, so how can I put it? Music's been. We're culturally awash with so much information, and so music gets pushed down and down and down.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's almost like kind of, how do you connect with music when it's a kind of a sort of a jaded art form in a sense? And so for me, it's really exciting, because I want to say, well, I disagree. I think music is the core of how we can get through things, find better solutions, and also heal and connect in deeper, better ways. And so I you know, I'm looking forward to, because in the gigs, you know, it'll be like sort of everyone's very cool, too cool for school, and you know, there's that. But I want to get that, like that Mark Bolan vibe back. Obviously, I haven't got the hair, the beauty, or anything, or the charm. But I'd like to get that just that innocence, that sort of poetic innocence, back to the.
And the engagement with the audience,
Yeah.
and the feedback. And
in that simple, naive way, because I think we were all a bit too grown up now. We just need to get back to you know, there's something beautiful in that simple, clear, deep connection of naivety.
Well, talking of being grown up, you're going to go catch your train now, because otherwise you're going to be late and in big trouble.
I know.
But it's been lovely to talk to you.
Absolute
We'll
delight.
look forward to catching up with you on the road
Brilliant.
later in the year. And in
Brilliant.
part 2, when we do it, we'll explore more what you were just talking about with the old music and the mental health bit.
Lovely.
Which, of course, is dear to both of us. So
Yeah, I'm
for
looking
now,
forward
Peter,
to it.
Thank you for
Thank you so
Nadine and I
much.
for your time.
Thank
Take
you.
care now. Cheers.
Bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bless you. Thank you. Thank you.
That was part 1 of a video and audio podcast with Peter Coyle of the Lotus Eaters, brought to you by Make a Difference with Records in conjunction with The Creative Well. We hope to catch up with Peter later in the year, when we will talk to him in more depth about music and mental health, and when he will reveal his vinyl answer. In the meantime, why don't you check out our other audio and video podcasts on the usual audio podcast channels and on our YouTube channel.